Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Jukebox Mary. Today we're gonna talk about Minot. I went there this summer and it was an amazing trip. It was so nice to see something different. I'm from Canada and I want to explore more the United States and see what is going on there and see more of the world. I just moved to Regina. It's been 1 year I've been here, Regina, Saskatchewan. And I'm from New Brunswick, from a small town. And when you're from somewhere that is pretty small and you love to travel, you want to see more of the world. And when I moved to Regina, I was like, you know what, we should explore more than the United States. It's more closer. We can go to different places. And I was like, you know what, we should go to Minot and see what's going on there. So first of all, when we arrive to Minot, we should just explore and see what's going on there and just try to just take a walk and see what the day is throwing at us. We are travelers that love to just be spontaneous and try different things. So we started with downtown and see what was going on there. What we did, we started with just like booking online like the first days. I started with that because way back I remember I went to Thailand and it was just better to have a couple of days, at least 2 days, that you know where you're sleeping, because sometimes it can be confusing and you can have surprises like festivals, a music concert at that place and there's like a bunch of people going there, or even like a sport event that everybody's going there and you don't have anywhere to sleep, and it can be so confusing depending how you want to travel. Some people are really spontaneous and they prefer to just go day by day, and it's fine. For me, I prefer to just book at least 2 days somewhere and see and start with that, so you know where you're sleeping, especially the first day you're there. And I did that with Minot, and I did that also with Theodore Roosevelt National Park. So these were the two places we wanted to see, and we wanted to go also to Medora, but it was kind of confusing. So what I did, I booked 2 days in Minot, and when I checked, they had some concerts, like music concert, and they have like country singers going there, and it seems like it was pretty popular, because when I decided to book an hotel, I checked, the prices were so expensive. It was crazy expensive, and I was like, for me it was like, it's too much. One night on an hotel was like 300, in between like 380 and $400, and I was like, it's too much. The other options we had, instead of going in an hotel, I was like, you know what, we could just go in a camping and sleep there, and it would be less pricey than going to an hotel. I found one that was pretty good, and when I started to check the reviews, I always check the reviews, just a reminder. And people were saying, you know what, that campground is pretty close to the train tracks, and it can be super loud at night and you're trying to sleep in a tent. You don't have a good night's sleep, you know what I mean? So we decided to check somewhere else. Online, I found a Rough Rider campground, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna check the reviews, the same as the other one. This one had a lot of good reviews. Everybody was writing like, I've been there with a tent and it's pretty quiet. We don't hear that much sound when you're sleeping, and it's pretty good, and it's actually really pretty. So for the first day, we went there, and I booked for a second day, just in case, just to make sure we were all set. But if you want to go more in a spontaneous way, you can just like book the first day, and the second day you will see, you know what I mean? It depends how you want to travel and how you want to do your traveling plans. Every time I'm traveling, I'm trying to be more spontaneous, but when I started traveling, I was more anxious, and I was always going to tourist center, like a place you can actually see and ask somebody there, and they can tell you what you need to do, if you want to go somewhere, or how to do it, or all the activities you can do and where to sleep. They can actually help you with that. And way back, I used to do that all the time, every time I was going somewhere new. And it was the best because they can actually respond to any questions you have, and they can help you a lot. And I decided to not go there and just go a spontaneous way. But when we got there at the end of the trip in Minot, we were going to the Scandinavian Heritage Park, and that place has a tourist center. We're talking to the person working there, and she was saying that all Canadians have actually good discounts to travel to Minot. And we were like, oh, for real? We didn't know about that. So you can actually go to the Minot, the official Minot website, visit minot.org. You can type in the search bar Canadian discount, and it should appear and pop up on the website, and you can click on it, and you have different options if you want some discounts in restaurants, hotels, any activities you want to do. We saw that a couple of hotels was on there, like actually pretty hotels and really good rooms, and good restaurants, even going to museums. If you want to go into a museum and you're not sure, we saw a couple of them on there that you can have a good discount as a Canadian. So it's pretty good. Why did we decided to go to Minot? The reason why is because we're in Regina, Saskatchewan, and I didn't want to go too far. Like, we went to Edmonton, Alberta one time, but it's pretty far away and you have to drive a lot of hours to go there. And even like British Columbia, it's too far. I was like, you know what? I want to go somewhere different. And we have a lot of fires in North Saskatchewan this year. And we were like, we just want to go somewhere and enjoy the summer. And that's why we decided to go to Minot. It's not too far away from here. I think it's like 4 hours, around 4 hours from Regina. One of the things I wanted to do in Minot was going to the Scandinavian Heritage Park. It's one of the things I was like, I'm so interested with anything that is different and having that European feel. I just love it. I'm a huge fan of Quebec City because of that. It's so interesting, the architecture of it and the buildings and how it's made and the story behind it. It was really something that I wanted to see and hear about it. And when we went there, super interesting place, super cool. I was like, this is so nice. So you can take a walk in the park and you have this church, this brown big church, and it's so pretty. The wood is so interesting to see. It's all carved in the wood and you have like amazing patterns. And for me, it's super interesting. I love to see something that is different and outwardly, and this church presents that. In the park, you have a huge horse just on the side of the church. It's so cool to see. It's huge. It's red, vibrant colors, and it's so interesting to see. And I went underneath the horse. It's called the Dala horse. Amazing to see, and having the view of the horse in the church. They are side by side and you can have like amazing pictures, and just looking at the way it's put together, kinda, it's amazing. And you actually have a small museum on the side. I call it a museum because for me it's like if you're exposing different statues, exhibits of any kind, for me it's a museum. But anyways, they call it the Heritage Home, and you have like different types of clothing that Scandinavian people would wear, traditional clothing, and they will explain to you why, and different types of clothing. They also have different types of instruments that Scandinavian people will play, and it's pretty interesting to hear about the stories and how this park was actually made and why that specific person decided to build this park. The second thing we wanted to see was super important. My boyfriend is a huge fan of airplanes and military airplanes. There's a museum, an air museum you can go see. It's called the Dakota Territory Air Museum. It's an amazing museum. It's so interesting. You can see a bunch of airplanes. There's different types of airplanes. You can see different colors, different years they were built. And it's so cool. You have airplanes inside in two different buildings, and you also have airplanes outside that you can see. It's so interesting. I just love that museum. It was super cool to see. Another thing we wanted to see is the Minot Air Force Base, but just seeing a bit of it like outside, but we couldn't see anything. It is so protected by everything, and it makes sense, you know what I mean? But we actually tried to research it on Google, and Google was saying that you can visit the Air Force Base at some point, but you have to apply 1 month in advance, and they will actually confirm and agree if you can visit there. So with your IDs, passport. I wanted to talk to you guys about the Rough Rider campground. It was pretty cool, pretty practical. I was really impressed by the service in general. Like, even if we arrived pretty late, they had a system, so it's all working out. I will not go in details with it because it was pretty simple. They will just call you and confirm you're coming, and they will actually say to you what's going on and how it's working. And if you have any questions, just tell them like, I'm arriving late, I don't know if I can be there in the hours that they are there at the entrance, and they will explain to you how it's working. It works perfectly fine, super practical, pretty simple. They recommend that you buy the wood there. It makes so much sense. But anyways, just make sure you can actually buy it and you have the time to do it. If you're using the showers at the campground, just make sure you have some change, American change, because we forgot to do this and it was such a pain because at night we're like, okay, it's 11 p.m. and we just want to take showers. And me and my boyfriend, I don't know why we forgot about it, but we just forgot to have American money on us. And even that, it was pretty awkward because if you don't have any change, you cannot take a shower. And another thing that is super important is they have a laundry room. In the laundry room, you can actually exchange your paper cash to have change. So just keep that in mind. It's super important because some people don't think about that. And when it happened, I was like, okay, I'm so used to going campings. I know that usually they have something that you can have some change in the laundry room, and it was there. So super helpful to us. Another thing is where they put the tents in the campground. It was super pretty, super relaxed. The way it's built, you have like trees on the sides of the tent and you have some grass everywhere. It's pretty cool. You feel that you have privacy. It was super nice to see that. And there's actually a river on the side of the tent campground. The only downfall that the staff was telling is sometimes what happens is if they have a lot of wind and it's pretty intense, like this summer, somebody had a tent on the side of the river at the campground, and the tent was actually flying the wind, and it was pretty dangerous because they woke up at some point and the tent was just like flying all over. And yeah, so just keep that in mind if you're going to take the site that is just near the river. We were on the side of a little hill, So there's like kind of a crease on the side of the hill, and our tent was just there. And it was super private, super cute. We had trees on the side, and we felt like we had some privacy. It was a good choice. At first, I didn't know they had a river, but the weather was pretty crazy. There was a lot of wind. Sometimes it was rainy, so it was pretty awkward. And at first, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take the one on the side. Restaurants. We went to the Iron Horse Kitchen and Bar. It was super cute. I love the menus. They were pretty interesting. They had like leather menus. It was really sophisticated. The food was so good. For me, I tried a salad, and the salad was so tasty, so crunchy, a lot of flavors. I was really impressed by that dish. It was amazing. And my boyfriend, I think I'm pretty sure he tried one of the burgers, and it was super good. He was impressed, and the service there, the people working there, the staff was amazing. Super friendly, super welcoming. And if you had any questions, they were always helping. Another place we went that was amazing, my boyfriend wanted to try this place. You need to go to Atypical. It's amazing. They're doing the beers right there, and they have a bar, and you can go there and try different types of beers. Atypical was amazing. It was super fun to go there. When you were outside, it looked like a tavern, like medieval tavern. The beers there are so good. They actually have those big cans of beer. It was so damn big. And the bar is actually kind of open to the outside. Minot was a pretty interesting place to see. It was fun to walk around and see what is Minot, and I recommend it a lot if you want to go somewhere that it's not too crowded and you just want to enjoy like shopping and going into the little boutiques, going to museum. It's a good place to see. There's no traffic at all. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and have a good day. Bye!